back. We are back, guys. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, guys. As you walk in, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that the subscribe button. You have not done so already. And please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, thank you for tuning in to Cal Culture Radio. Jordan, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. How was your trip? You have a good time, man? What's happening?
Man. I sure did, man. Hey, man, Hawaii is nice. I don't know if you guys saw like the stories I put on my Instagram and everything, but you guys gotta really check it out and just be there. It's just something different. Even though it's a state, it's just like you're just escaping, to somewhere else. And I was in the island of Maui. We just chilling, relaxing. We did snorkeling. We was on a boat. We visited a couple beaches, which was nice. But I tell you, the waves out there they are rough, very rough. But yeah, most of the time just chill, relax, got our mind right, and but yeah, man, had a good time. I advise you guys to visit Hawaii. Not just Maui. There's the Big Island. There's Oahu, where Honolulu is that. But like, for Hawaii, I'll definitely make another trip there for sure.
Yeah, most definitely. And team, how was your weekend, man? Do you have a good time? What's good with you, brother?
I'm blessed, brother, to be here with y'all. My weekend was good. I worked like a dog, and I'm here to praise the Lord with y'all.
Sounds good, guy. Sounds good. Like always, Jordan, go ahead, do your thing. Rick, what's happening? What's happening, Rick? Go ahead, Jordan, do your thing.
What's going on, people? What's going on, people? It's good to see you guys in the chat. I've been gone for a week and I'm back, and it's good to see you guys. Good to be back into the show and to doing things. Now, as we do, we're gonna jump right into the topic. So, as you see, the topic for today is: do men get body shame more than women do? I think we all obviously know the answer, but I think it's a topic we'd like to discuss about because I feel like in the world and to the today's society, it's mostly we lean on towards body shaming of women and how it can turn into body positivity. Especially in around 2023, or you go down 2022 or 2021. But now, you don't hear a lot of men, talk about they being body shamed because mostly when men don't get care, they don't care about body shame. It is what it is. We might body shame each other. We are cool with that. But there are some men who might be sensitive about it, and they don't know how to talk about it to other men or how to fix or do anything about that. About their body shaming as well. Not just about being fat. It could be height, which majority of women talk about men, and they want somebody a man that's like 6 foot tall or higher. Um, it could be weight. It could be how you look. You too dark. You too light. You got a funny looking smile. Your teeth looking bad. You got big lips. You got small lips. You got big ears. Just anything on a man. So I know for me or maybe my co-hosts, we probably experienced body shaming, in our past, and maybe we could talk about it as well. So yeah, but that's for today's topic, which I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a fun discussion, from three of us and also the chat as well. I got two videos for you guys we're gonna show. There was one video that was trending a couple days ago, about a podcaster. She was kind of body shaming the dude, and then he did a clap back, and she got humble. And then we got another video talk about men that are short versus women that are fat. Who gets it worse? So go ahead, can you play the clip? And after that, we about to get into it.
I love gay people and black people and Asian people and Native American people and
Pacific
Middle
Islanders.
Eastern. I love Pacific Islanders. I love Middle Eastern people. And this
Indian
is no
people.
particular order.
No, I rank. I love
Okay.
black people more than anybody else.
What's second? That's tougher to say, isn't it? That's tougher to say, isn't it?
You know what? Your mouth kind of reminds me of like a person from Whoville.
That's
because
fine.
you like lip is not there.
Well, I
But,
can't
like,
help that.
No, you can't. It's just like Whoville.
Body shaming's fine till it's all about the weight, right? Goodness, here come the comments.
anyone, love you, Abby, who filters based on any kind of physical appearance, like height or any number like that. I'm not a fan of that, and I don't agree with it. But weight, it does not have the same stigma as height.
Oh my God, Cassie, it does. I lived this my whole life. How can you say that?
Because I lived my whole life. Like I'm not saying height doesn't have a stigma. I think that's maybe where we're not connecting. I'm not saying that you aren't, how do I put it, like discriminated against in the dating world, that these stupid rules don't exist, that it's not fair. I honestly, I feel your plight. Weight is a whole different ball game. Like, has anyone ever looked at you and been like, you disgust me, you look like 4 Taylor Swifts rolled into one?
Yes, I've had a listener on the phone literally say, I wouldn't give you the time of day because you're short.
Okay, not giving you the time of day because you're short is different from literal hate comments. Shut up, fatty. Go F yourself, fatty. Go off yourself, fatty.
As a short guy, I cannot change my height. Can't do it, right? But if you're overweight, then most people can change that. I know that when we're debating this, the amount of women that are overweight because of disease, there certainly occurs, but it's in the overall scheme of things, fairly minuscule. So most can change their weight. I can't change my height, though.
Yeah, I guess they're both fruits, but it's apples to oranges for me. Because just because of the hate associated with being fat, you get discriminated against. There's people treat you differently in public. There's conversations of women who have lost weight to become thin. They get treated completely differently. They get raises at work. They get promotions. Like, you advance in the workplace when you're thin. You advance socially. Your
Same
love
thing
life.
with tall dudes, man. Look at the same stats.
Yeah.
You forget, I was asked if I was officially a midget. This was back in the day when you were using that word. A listener comes up all excited. Hey, can I have a t-shirt? I got a question for you. Are you officially a midget?
Maybe I'm just scarred growing up with every single magazine being like 17 ways to lose weight. Eat the special cake, like being told literally every day of my life, here's how you improve yourself because fat is not okay.
Well, you can't have men's magazines like that because there aren't 17 ways to grow. There's one. Platform shoes.
So yeah, that was a couple of videos we're gonna show. Before we start, John Smith, he said, "Do you find who start the fires in Maui?" I did not find out who starts the fires, but I'll tell you this: the news was making it that the whole island was on fire, which is not the case. It was like on the west side of the island back in August when it was on fire. It was just a small city that was on fire. Other than that, Maui is cool. It's up and running. So I don't know why the news made it so big and everything, and Oprah and The Rock got into it and everything. That we need to raise money, which is not the case. If you guys go to Maui, go to Maui. If you want to relax, please go. It's very, very wonderful. Okay, now back to the topic. So yeah, as you can see, as you know, one of the videos, one of them got humbled, and then the other video, there was I see as short men versus fat women, and the thing is, the guy could say, you could do something with your weight, but height you can't do anything about it, especially for men. But for women, you tell her that you're like, oh, well, I don't need to lose weight and everything, Why do women, when they lose weight, they get all these raises and stuff and everything? Because it's a particular look that, the company or the job is looking for. I didn't make the rules, but that's how they make the rules. So I'm gonna pass it to you guys with this topic. I'm starting with you, Ronnie. Do you feel what the topic is saying? Do you feel men get more body shame than women do?
Not only that, but I want before I get my take on that, for the audience, let's break down what body shaming is, like the definition of it.
I like that.
Contact. Go ahead. You go break it down, Jordan. What body shaming is? Or how can you give us the definition of it? What is body shaming? Yeah, I see. We found the definition of what body shaming is. Then I give my take on it. Shout out to Sugar Bun. Shout out to Jet send me out.
I love you, Sugar Bun.
Oh, you found the definition already?
Hey, Sugar. Hey, Sugar. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you guys in the chat.
What's happening? Go ahead.
Body shaming.
The action of practicing or mocking or stigmatizing someone by making a critical comment about the shape, size, or appearance of their body. She is not only a celebrity to speak up about body shaming.
Okay. Thank you, Hakeem, for that. So now, guys, I have to definition what body shaming is. Now, when it comes to the aspect of men, of course not. Men don't really get body shamed as much as women do because the simple fact is, remember, women are more attractive from their appearances and the way they look than men are. Men right now, we could be like 300 pounds and still get the baddest chicken in town if we have quote unquote resources. Now,
Yep.
also a great talk game. Prime example of that is someone like Biggie. A lot of people find Biggie to be on God rest his soul, but they say Biggie was not that of attractive guy, but yet he was able to get Faith Evans, who ended up being his wife later on in life, and not only that, other multiple women. Because the simple fact is he had resources, not only that, he was a celebrity and he had swagger. Now, men do get body shaming when it comes to. I know the number one thing men get body shaming a lot from is their number one thing is their height. That's what I do know. Like, women always refer men like, "Oh, you sure you're not 6'2" or you're not 6'3"? You can't talk to me. But I don't find that to be the case because Jordan, you already know. Me and Jordan and Hakeem, you already know. We live in an area where there's men that like 5'2" and get and talk to a girl that's 5'11" because the number one thing is he have resources, or he's an attractive guy, or he just know how to talk, or he have a great talk game. So I think if we go based on the internet and based on society itself, women get body shaming more than men. Man, we only get like a small percentage. And I can't even say if the man's ugly because at the same time, like I said, even if the man ugly and he have resources, the women throw his ugliness aside and like, you know what, I still F with that man. So it's just that, oh man, we have a very small percentage. Now, I want to see how King thoughts on that and your thoughts as well, Jordan, on that, because I think men get a small percentage. Go ahead, Hakeem.
No, Jordan, did you give your take or you want me to go?
You go ahead. You go ahead.
Now, before I get into the shout outs to the Crown Prince. Sugar Bum, I love you. She said, "Are you gauging manhood by how many women a man gets?" No, not necessarily. John Smith said, "If you have money, weight loss and lingering surgeries are available," which is facts. For me, my opinion, body shaming only affects women when it comes to dating. Everything else is a free for all. Men are judged in all facets of life, depending on what sector of life we're talking about. If you're dating, if you have no resources and you're fat, you're unattractive. If you are if you're broke and you're skinny with big feet, you're unattractive. But sometimes you can still you can still slay a pepper. Fat girls are sleep with a skinny broke guy any day. They'll marry them too. That's a fact. Now, when it comes to being vain and vanity, I'm going to say something that's going to hurt a lot of people's feelings. Black women in America, and I love y'all so much, if you don't look a certain prototype, they're going to judge you. That goes for fat women to skinny women. Fat women get upset when skinny rich guys don't want nothing to do with them. And they get double upset with fat rich guys don't want nothing to do with them. It's not about the broke guys because they're not checking for them. Nobody's checking for maybe a skinny broke guy, but nobody's checking for a broke fat guy. Nobody's checking for a broke fat overweight guy. So this is when I say that women have a problem with it when it comes to men with money. The guys you want to sleep with and you want to marry, you know that they make the money, so they're gonna want something sexy. $140, max 170. You can't match that, and your face symmetry on that, you're gonna have a problem. A lot of women don't like to hear that. Go ahead, brothers.
Yeah, return to this topic. With women body shames men all the time. It to me, Hakeem and Ronnie said it's about what type of resources you have, which is money. If you don't have no type of money or you don't have the type of status in a way, and I'm not talking about like celebrity status or entertainment status. I'm not status in like I say you're in a good job, you get paid well, maybe you're a supervisor or a manager, or even your job for maybe 10 plus years or 15 plus years, you get paid your job, you get paid great in your job, you got great benefits, health care, life insurance, so wherever, you got a good car and everything. And to me, here in 2023, when we talk about resources, if you don't have, such things as resources, especially like cities like me and Ronnie Hakeem live in Miami and everything, to me, that's what kind of what you really, really judge. If you're a man that's fat, but you got resources and everything, you can get a chick. You can get any chick. I don't care if you in downtown or somewhere in South Central or all the way to West Hollywood or Malibu, something like that. If you're a fat man, 250, 300, whatever, and you got resources and everything, you do not have to, like I said, you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, or you're let's say you're a store or you're a store manager at a grocery store, something like that, and you can. Usually they make them over 6 figures and everything. You can maintain your house, you can maintain your bills, you can maintain your cars. You can get that. Is this the problem is a female will judge you if you don't have any resources. If you don't have any resources, they're gonna body shame you. They definitely gonna body shame you. Now towards the women's side of it, do I feel like women get body shame all the time? I'm gonna say yeah, and also not just from men. I think sometimes women body shame each other as well, which makes it worse. That makes it very, very worse. And that's the thing right there. Men, we try not to body shame women. Like I said, if we like you, we're not gonna say anything. We will date you, no matter how big, small, or beast, whatever. If you got a good personality, or you can cook, clean, whatever, or you semi-traditional, we'll date you. Some would date you. Now when man has resources and everything, he has a particular look or particular shape that he probably wants for a woman, because once you hit that, you know, maybe 6 figures, you got a good car, you got a house and everything, of what the woman is looking for, you could kind of get whatever woman that you want in a way, because you're matching what a woman wants from a guy, and she might overlook how big you are, or maybe how skinny you are too, because not just fat men to get fat men to get body shame. Skinny dudes get body shame too. When I was skinny, I used to get body shame all the time, how skinny I was, until I started lifting weights and everything. But go back to the topic. It's just like cities like big cities like this. You just gotta have the resource. For a man, you just gotta have the resource. If you don't have the resource, you're gonna get body shame. For a woman, especially in a big city like this, if you don't have a particular look, like here in Los Angeles, if you're not, maybe 150 pounds, or you got a nice butt, or you got a nice waist, particularly between 130 or 150 pounds. If you don't got that type of look here, that type of look, especially if you got some resources, they might not body shame you, but they might. No, I'm sorry, I said it wrong. If you're an obese woman here in LA, and then you really don't have it going on like that, and if a man that has resources, if he's gonna look another way, because in a particular city like LA, there's a certain look you gotta look. And a man that has resources, he's gonna want a woman that has a certain look because he has the money. And a man that has resources, he's not gonna look at a woman that's maybe overweight or something like that, because he has the options to get different sets of women. I'm not saying all men with resources don't like skinny women, because maybe there's some men with resources might date a woman that's big. But majority here in LA, if you don't have a certain look, and you try to press a man that looks, a certain look here in Los Angeles, you might not get looked at. That's when maybe an average, you got a bad test, maybe looking for an average guy, maybe, here in LA, making 40, 50K a year, has a good job, has a decent job, or, drive a decent car, or, possibly has a roommate that he's staying with in an apartment as well. But yeah, I feel, but to the top, I feel like, women, they do get body shame more, but not just from the men. I feel like women just as well body shame each other as well.
Now we keep forgetting too. Men also body shame men too as well. Like especially being in a group and they feel like you don't reach the part of that group or you don't fit in that group, they'll body shame men too. They're like, yo, you don't have a men do that too. Hey, you don't have a good 6-pack, you don't have a good you'll be surprised. You don't have a big chest or you can't bench a certain amount of weights or you can't play football, you can't play or you don't know how to fight or you don't know how to box. All these different aspects, men also do body shame other men too. They do it all the time. And now, when it comes to women, when in the aspect of them body shaming, man, Jordan, I like the fact that you mentioned these different types of areas. But it depends on what area you're in. Because I think if you're in the country, you probably don't get as much body shaming because you're not in a major politician area. So you're very in a small area where there's not that many people outside. Some people have population when it's like 300,000. Compared to us, we have like 203 million people that live in our facility. So it depends on what area they're in. But if they go based on the major cities, then I'm like, yeah, they're gonna body shame you even if you walk down the street. And I'm talking about the women that is. But if you like in a country area and you have a job like a couple of miles just to go to the grocery store, they won't body shame you as much because they won't even see you as much. Go ahead, Ike.
Man, it's the thing is nobody cares about men getting body shamed. Nobody cares. Women just say grow up and deal with it and handle the disadvantages that handle you. But we would love to say that to the woman. We'll be crucified if you say you're a pepper. Use a pepper. And really peppers are used for sex and to co-sign cars and to let us live in your houses and sleep on your couch and eat up your kids' food. That's what the skinny dudes do to you peppers. But some women could be 400 pounds, won't sleep with a guy that's 400 pounds. She say, we too big, what we gonna do? But get mad when the skinny dude says, baby girl, that's too much weight for me to handle. You in the big weight class. The hypocrisy of it. You know what I mean? And this is where we have to start taking accountability. You want things to be in your favor. No, let's live a good life. If the way we can live a good life is removing these double standards. I hate to have to get like this. I've been judged plenty of times. Men make fun of other men all day. Yes, but we're not dating other men. And we laugh and crack jokes and we'll walk it out and this and this. But say something to a woman about her being fat and you're good looking. She'll call you, she'll say you on the other side of the fence. She'll say you broke. She'll say you this and that because you're not attracted to her. Most men with money and most men who physically fit want the baddest thing out the building. That's a fact. The regular guy's willing to deal with peppers or guys that are low them totem pole. That's a fact. If I fit into this Gucci belt, the fee is up. I'm doing 10,000 steps a day. Get me now. Because you know what I mean? And I don't mind when they fat shame because I want you to live your best life, baby. If you don't want this, no problem. But I'm not going to want it too when I'm up. And you can't be mad about it.
Hakeem, you made a great point about some of these big women. They to me it's the most delusional thing when they say, what I'm gonna do with another fat guy, we can't do anything. So my thing is just like my thing is just like if that's the case, it's like, hey, maybe he has a nice personality, maybe he might not have as much of the resources as maybe a 6-figure man do, but maybe he has enough to say, hey, I got this. I got the good money. My job is good. I got good, good credit or whatever. To me, like I said, my thing is for a woman. It's like if that's the case, why y'all both start like a weight journey? Y'all can lose weight together. That's the accurate or positive thing to do. Instead of I can't do nothing with that. It's like that's to me, that's super entitled. Because if a man did the same stuff to you, it's like, yo, you're too big for me. What I'm gonna do with that? You know that. Oh my God, the body shaming and this and that and da da da. You can't say that to me and this and that. Like, no, that's not the case, man. If I'm 160 pounds, and I'm looking for a particular woman that's maybe the shape of me, and I say no to you, but it's a problem. It should not be like that. If a woman wants a man that's maybe lower than her in the waist size and everything, man, you gonna have to work out or do something, lose a couple pounds, 100 pounds if you want to, if that's what you want. Because to me, when you say something like that, you said it to another fat man. To me, that's very, very delusional, and I don't get that. But for me, for women, if you want the man that you want, which is totally fine, sometimes you gotta. If you want a man, you 250. You want a man that's 150, and you don't want a woman that's 250. That means like, okay, maybe I gotta look at myself. Maybe I gotta, share some pounds so I can be in that, in that realm of a woman. And that he probably likes and everything, because I'm sorry though, it's in America, wherever you go, and especially in major cities, there's a particular look that men with resources or majority men want it, and the majority men want, like Ronnie says, a lot of men want bad bees, the ghetto diamonds. Period. They look good with the titties are stacked, and they got a good they got good assets and everything. They thick and everything, which majority of black men we like and everything. That's what we want. And I feel like sometimes when men we say these things, and some of these women that might be overweight, they just like, they don't do nothing about it. It's not they're not listening to their man. It's like they listen to the women and listen to themselves. But to me, if you want to have a better society, we got not just listen to men, but we got to listen to each other so we can work this out. Because if we're gonna start listening to each other, we're just gonna doing stuff over and over and over and over again.
Man, shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Gore, John Smith. Hey, Miss Neal, what's happening? Shout out to Timmy as well, and also Ken Dog. Thank you for guys. Y'all understand, man. We really do greatly appreciate it. We forgot to get shout out to the rest of you guys. Hope everybody had a good weekend. As you can see, I see the topic before. Y'all time in. Let us know what y'all think as well. Don't be afraid. If you're also new to the channel, also comment in the chat too. Let us know that you're new. We'll give you a shout out as well. Yeah, that was it, y'all today, man. You, Hakeem, and Jordan, man, y'all hitting points after points. I'm being honest, I don't have anything pretty much no rebuttal. Normally I rebuttal. Well, I kind of agree on everything you're saying, but the only thing is, what do y'all guys think when it comes to the aspect of there is some men that I like fat women? You get what I'm saying? They're not gonna body shame them. If a man say fat woman they actually do desire and they do find them attractive, do those women actually get body shamed? Because you see a lot of men do find them attractive or do want to give them, because I think you guys already know there is some attractive big girls. Go ahead, Hakeem.
There is some, but in the words of the Godfather, he said broke men like fat women. The Godfather said that.
Well, what about the rich man that have?
I've never seen a rich man with a fat girl. Let's get real.
I would say this: they might like a fat woman running, but you probably don't never see them with them. They might pay them in the back or anything. I've never seen it before. That's just me.
I'm trying to think of a significant one.
Then you listen. There was a joke. You never seen a fat girl got out of a limo or a Lambo truck or a Lamborghini. You never seen it. He said, "I know a few rich men with fat women."
Okay,
I'm
trying to think for myself.
I would love to see it.
And fat Gore, how fat we talking? I want to see
how fat we talking about.
I want to see how fat we talking about, because there's a difference between fatness, as people like to say. I want to know what Gore's talking about.
Remember, some people say if the girl weighs 180, she's fat.
Listen,
that depends though, because she might be 180, and it might be all up in the here, majority up here, or majority right here on the buttocks. That's all I'm gonna say, and in the thighs as well.
What's going on, Joe? No heard him. I hope you had a good birthday weekend.
Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday, Joe. Happy birthday.
He said you got to be two something to do something. imagine to them is more image to them is more important than a person who has a big car. That's a fact. Joe, don't hurt them. It's a fact. Black, well, listen. You talking to somebody who has been judged just basically off looks alone and weight. I'm talking about something that I know from growing up in the ghetto to dealing with women who are professional. And I'm speaking from my own experience. This is not speaking of the whole spectrum of black women. Black women that I've met, came across, are some of the most vain, vanity-driven women I've ever met. I've gotten more play with white Hispanics and Cambodians and people of other races. The way you were raised and the way you were brought up dictates how you view dating, dictates how you view relationships. You wonder why the undesirables go overseas. It's a lot of fat men in DR. Let's get that straight. It's a lot of big men in Thailand. It's a lot of big men in the Philippines. Yep. It's a lot of fat niggas in Colombia.
And short men too, not just fat, short too.
Short men.
Oh yeah, I forgot you was on vacation.
Never mind. Yeah, you was on. And oh, Sherry Bryan, where you been, baby? Where's the guy?
I remember.
Yeah, I was about to put an APB like I was married to her and then my kids.
I was gonna forget about it.
You know what I'm saying? I said, where my son at? Where's my son Sky Greatness? Where they at? You know what I mean?
Oh, Mr. Muhammad.
Oh, perfect.
No, but Gordon said he's seen them though. He's seen rich men with fat women. I'm trying to think of when I have seen.
I gotta see it. I would love to see it. He said, I work in the construction field as a CE, and most of the fellas have fat women all making 6 to 7 figures. Okay now. Listen.
So now he beat your argument.
No. He's talking about a particular demographic of men. Now here's the thing. Let's talk about this. You have nouveau rich. You have rich. Nouveau rich are the construction guys, the junkyard guys. A lot of these guys married these women from small towns. They've been with them for a little minute. Let's just get that out the door. If you see a white guy with an overweight woman, he had been with her long. They've been together since high school or something, couple kids, and they just locked in. He ain't looking at all of that. And she was there as the come up. If you see a pepper with a guy who has money, she's been there from day one and she wasn't a pepper in the beginning. Now, before we get into this, he says, my grandmother just got taken out of hospitals. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord, Queen. Praise the Lord. You know what I mean? A lot of people, praise the Lord. We're going to pray for your grandmother, and I hope she's doing well. And you know what I mean? And I put the blessings on you and your family. I know that's tough, especially the matriarch of the family. You know what I mean? Amen. Peace, brothers. After this great show, please check out the Black Wall Street presentation at the library where the lies are buried, like Chaos Run Son. It's at 7 p.m. sharp, God willing, on my page and Friends of Foot. We'll definitely check that out, my brother.
Yes,
sir. We'll definitely check that out, Muhammad. So get back to the thing. You have a certain demographic of men that get rich. Them women had all been there. But guys who there's some guys who get rich will leave the pepper alone to get somebody that looks better. It's always demographically happen. You know what I'm trying to say? So the problem is you could be fat and rich. That's not going to correct your dating situation. Men have always been visual. We always like things that look good. You feel me? Now, broke men who are coming from a certain demographic who life is not of that are willing to deal with certain women of every spectrum. You know what I mean? I would love to see. I haven't seen somebody with a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a culture thing too.
It's a cultural thing. Yes. Let's get something.
Some culture would tell a man to make sure you get a woman that's plus size because they consider that to be wealthy. Women that size. I forgot what culture is that. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know if it's the Chinese culture. I could be wrong. Forgive me. I don't know if it's a Chinese culture or the Indian culture. It's one of the cultures where they're saying the men love big women. That's their thing. That's what they prefer.
Africans and
Okay.
Indians, I've noticed, who women are big, who are overweight, that's not an issue for them. Especially women in South Africa who have big butts. A lot of them are over a certain weight class, which they get married by the numbers in South Africa. Let's just get that. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. That's true.
I didn't know that. So women with big butts, they by a certain class.
They certain class. If you were big butt in South Africa, 9 out of 10 times she got a husband.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Now look, Gore's about to say something that says, he says, they used to say big child bearing hips.
Oh, see, that makes sense.
It's a cultural thing.
It's a culture.
Yeah. And sometimes if you are a larger woman in these countries, you're revered a little bit more. Big mama, you know what I'm trying to say? So when he said it's a cultural thing, yes, but when we talking about westernized mentality, where Vanity Fair, Cosmopolitan, Ebony, they view women a certain kind of way. We didn't make up the beauty standards. The black people follow beauty standards from the white folks. Beauty is being slim. A lot of us been programmed like that. Just like a lot of us been programmed to like light-skinned women. A lot of men who get money get women 4 shades lighter than him if you're this complexion.
But then the same go for men too as well then. Because then in the western side, they say the man's supposed to have a 6-pack, big chest, big bronze, big bicep.
Yeah, so much what you call it. They want like a athlete, looking for an athlete.
Or athlete. Or with longer hair, like your hair and Hakeem's hair, like that.
Yeah.
But like some form of hair.
Now, I want you to look at this statement here. She said, I just saw a special. The bigger the woman, the greater the status. They're lying to women. They're lying to women, Sherry Bryant. That's a lie, Sherry Bryant. Nobody's choosing no Pepper over no Slim Jim. And you like skin too, you getting picked off the market quicker. That's just how it's been set up.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, Hakeem, you know, back in the 90s, you know, having East Jet magazine, you look at the slender genders, you had Sanaa Lathan, you had Nia Long, you had Tyra Banks, Jada Pinkett at the time, and and that's different colors, and Mia Campbell too. And I looked at that at the time. It's like, oh, it's like slender gender, black women. That was the look and everything. And like I said, it's programmed. It's been like that for a while now. Now here in 2023, it's different now. Now with the body positivity, no matter how you look, if you skinny. Well, it's more, I'll say body positivity is more towards if you're fat or overweight and obese and everything. They really try to push that propaganda out. Some singers and people that we already know, we're not going to name, and they really try to push that out. But the thing is, it's like you can try to push that out, but at the end of the day, like what cities you in, like Miami or New York or here in LA, there's a certain type of look that we kind of been, you want to say, brainwashed, or we've been having a mindset on. Or for instance, or you look like in a southern states, Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, and everything. They might not have like a look as a city, like a city view, but if you go to those type of areas, especially in some southern states and everything, we might want women that's big hips, childbearing hips, thick and everything. Then we probably look at the skinny chick. Because I know I've been to South one time, and I've been I don't know if I was in Atlanta or something like that. And there was a guy was like really looking at this one chick. She had, big thighs, breasts, and everything. And I asked her, "You like skinny?" She's like, "No, I don't like skinny. She was too skinny. I need some meat. I need to hold it, everything." So, like I said, it's just what area you in. You know, LA might be different in the city of a city in Mississippi or in Louisiana. You know, like I said, everybody, like I said, no matter where you go in America, you know, people have a certain look they want. You know, men and women in general. So it is what it is.
Gore asked a great question. She said, "Okay, let's get a baseline. Hakeem, tell us what weight and height are we considering as fat?"
Oh, Sherry Brown, she said that they were 500 plus in China.
Sherry Bryant. In
God
China,
damn.
in China, they call leftover women. They call them leftover women.
Yeah, you're a certain weight and at a certain age, you are, and what's the age? What, 30, 35?
30,
That's what
35. There's leftover
okay.
women. If you over 500, ain't no skinny Chinese boy taking you, man.
Yeah, they call them leftover women because they don't know what they want to do with those women.
Yeah. Listen. Those kind of women, they're called SSBBWs for freaky nasty stuff off of Pornhub and next videos. A lot of them guys fetish to sleep with them because when they watch those Pornhub videos, they do the wildest things. You know what I mean? They're getting DP'd. It takes 3 guys to DP, and that's BBW. You know what I mean? Like, so they like to do the wild stuff with them. You know what I mean?
In China, they have so much women that they call them leftover women.
They call them leftover women, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So if you're okay, here's the thing. If you're over 175, you're overweight. If you're a woman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the American standard.
That's the American standard. Over 175, and you're like 5'1", you're overweight. You Slim Jim status is 150 and under, and by 5'1" and up. If you're tall and slim, now if you about 6'8", but of course you gotta be like 190, 200. But it's gonna come. That stomach gotta be flat when a nigga tell you to take your clothes off, and he's like this. That stomach got to be flat.
Yeah.
He said, LOL. He said, Hakeem, that's way petite. Shout out the truth.
Truth's in the building. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. We want to hear what he considered fat. Come on, let's do it, babe.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it. Let's do it. He say, Hakeem, that's way too specific. Yeah, it is. But listen here. Real live men who don't mind dealing with peppers, bell peppers, the one that you flip over.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them guys don't have a lot of money, so they're willing to deal whatever they can get, and they say, she just loved me. But the women who are peppers, if you ugly, she despises you for having sex with her. Because let me tell you something. A lot of overweight women sometimes get with skinny guys to overcompensate. They can't lose weight sometimes. That's a joke somebody told me. If you 450 and you want to deal with somebody 150 plus, you're going to crush his pelvis. That's what I didn't say that. A nigga told me that. You know what I'm trying to say? But then you got certain girls who will deal with a big dude because his weight up. His weight is up. Like his money is up. All the Italians are fat. Most of their women are skinny.
Yeah.
All the Genghis Khan boys, you got some of them heavyweights. Most of their women are skinny.
Yeah, but they do that in the forefront, but behind the scenes, they probably dealing with fat women all the time.
Oh yeah, definitely. To do freaky, nasty stuff. I'm telling you, it's not an issue if you don't got that money. If you're a millionaire and up, billionaire status, guys is not dating peppers like that. Guys is not dating. There's so many podcasts about this, and we're just trying to compare and contrast. If you're short, if you one of that 6 feet rounds, a woman don't talk to you. Peppers want 6 feet dudes. Peppers want tall, skinny dudes with money. Why Moneybag Yo is not hollering at Lizzo?
No, but Hakeem, that's it. Hakeem, that's internet talk, man. That was a major city. You see, like I see short dudes with them all the time. Short dudes with tall women.
Yeah. But are they holding? Is their weight up? Is they bags? Do they got the AP skeleton? Most of them niggas is working at Jeffrey Loop, knocking them down, fam. if you got money and you got your life together and your status together, you can handpick the type of woman you want to be with, regardless if she's money hungry, regardless if you say that she's only there for the money. We visual. Over time, she's gonna say, I can't, you know what I mean? She's there. He say, Hakeem, he said that point is not valid because most guys make your money like that already have wives. That is true. That is true. Okay. That is true. That is true. Gore, you're right. Now here's the thing, Gore. For the men, and I want you to ask that a question for me. For the men who are getting themselves together, who has a trajectory ahead, do you see them with peppers? Truth, you can jump in whenever you want and speak on this.
Good evening, my brothers. How y'all doing this evening?
Chilling, family. What about you?
Doing well.
Oh, it's a pleasure. You know, I'm up here with the guys, man. Like you said, it's been a while, so I appreciate this.
You've been missing in action, baby.
Yeah. I've been making a couple moves and everything like that, trying to close out this year, you know, on top.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So I see it says women body shame men all the time, but nobody cares. And that statement is absolutely true. So just for clarity, what do you mean by peppers? I actually like that term. I'm probably use that from now on. I think I know what you mean by that term, but clarify.
Listen, in Florida, we call big girls here bell peppers. Peppers for short. Like the actual big bell. Yeah, bell peppers. You know what I'm saying? Because they shape like a bell pepper.
No, for real. So yeah, from what I've seen is what you are talking about. My 39 years of being on this planet, usually the guys that are like the Danny DeVitos and you know those type of guys, their pockets are lined when they have these type of women with this body. The women are tall, model shape. Their pockets are lined, like seriously. So we already know, certain amount of money will compensate for those type of women's attraction.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are, a subset group of men that actually like the bell peppers for themselves.
Yep.
That is not the majority, though, because men have, attraction factor of the physicality of how a woman is shaped. It's not a knock. It's just what it is. Now, when we went into the so-called Kevin Samuels era, and he was talking about, BMI, body index, and everything like that, he was kind of off. And the reason why I would say he's kind of off, because depending on body type, some people can weigh more and look like they weigh less. You feel what I'm saying? Like right now, I'm 5'10", 179, but if you see me, you be like, oh no, you don't weigh no 179 pounds. Most of the time I'm at 205, and then you can see my weight in full. You feel what I'm saying? 5'10", 205. So with a woman, we already know they hold their weight differently. Their weight, you can actually see the weight on them. And for us men, primally, we want a woman with hips, butt, and thighs, because it's not because of our perverted natures. It's because of that signals healthy offspring for us. That's what it does. Our job is to bring our likeness into this world. So when we see that, that's why it's like a innate thing. When a woman passes us, we turn and look, and y'all think we're being disgusting. Oh, you just want to look at her tail? No, it's like a thing. It's an actual thing inside of us to look at a woman's body and shape, because it lets us know that her womb can house our child properly. That's what it actually is. The hips, the body. That's why once they become pregnant, you notice those areas start expanding, getting ready for the baby. How's the belly? The belly start expanding, the butt get wider. All these things get ready for that position to push the baby out safer. So, with that being said, again, depending on what type of man that you are, uh, weight in that factor, I like a woman a little bit, thicker, between 5'3", 5'4", 140, 150. You see what I'm saying? And depending on how she holds her weight, you can either see it or you can't. It depends on whether the woman's athletic or she's of a different build. So.
Well, that's a great explanation you did, True, and I agree with you everything you said in the aspect when it comes to the woman, her body type and what her body type is used for. But remember, we live in a society today where everything is now perverted, and we're going based on what is tasty to the man. If you put a skinny girl with a fat girl, chances are people say that the guy will prefer the skinny girl, but his mind sexually would think about the fat girl.
Mm-hmm.
Sexually, I'm just going by the. We don't really go, like you stated before. Like, okay, this woman.
Oh, you went out, Brody. Little bro.
Yeah, he's gonna come at you. Could just finish his statement.
Oh yeah, no. What he was saying, basically, what I was saying, he just went from the back end, like because of society and the reality of things. Of some people, got their ears to other people. They'll say, okay, yeah, I'm going to move over to the skinny girl. You see,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Rather than pick, the girl that has a little bit of weight on her and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, most men, unless they're worried about the outside, most men want a woman with weight on them because of that, very reason. So Raw Dog is right.
He is right, but let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
True. When it comes to us, our people, in our community, men who are not looking like the type that woman goes after, who do you think is picking up those men?
Oh yeah, no, no, you're right about that. No, you're right. You're right about that. See, everybody can't be out here looking like Ronnie, all stocky, or
with the listen.
I'm trying to get my body right, get my body back.
He looked like what most women want in Miami. So if they're going after him, who's going after all the regular men? And I say this all the time: the white, Hispanic girls and other races are taking the men that you don't want.
Correct. And that's especially what's going on down in, Miami, these other areas where the culture is vast. They will take the brothers that the other women don't want. They actually, they actually love us. Believe it, and again, I understand the narrative out there that, we don't have love. We actually love hard.
Yeah.
We actually love very hard. We actually are very forgiving. Some women do some of the most egregious things and we'll take them back. So yeah, as far as, and we're comfortable about telling each other, hey bro, you need probably get yourself together, because you're on this different side of, the side of the weight, like it probably look unhealthy on you or whatever like that. Most of the time it is for us to be successful out here. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
When we're doing it, it's mostly successful. Now the women, because they already are subconscious about each other, that's when they start clamming down on us and start talking about how big and fat we are. We got titties like them and all types of stuff. So,
but here's the thing, though.
Great point.
Here's the thing, though. And this is an experience when people who's been fat shamed and who's been shamed for not looking like the archetype of the men that surrounded the demographics. Other races are accepting these men just how it is. And I'm not saying that these men do not change who they are and they're not getting healthy. But from first glance, a woman is not basing that just off that. Oh, I just like him because he's cool. I just want to be with him. There's a lot of fat white men. Why they still getting married in a large number?
Yeah, and they're what, man? Listen.
And their wives are slim.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Let me tell you something. And that is a very it actually goes in another avenue of why we having so much trouble together, bro, because our priorities is messed up, Jay. And I'm glad you pointed that out. They like I was going to it's funny we talked about the Cheesecake Factory. I actually went to the Cheesecake Factory. That's what we've been talking about for the last week. And I saw this white man and this couple, and they had been up in age, late 40s, probably early 50s. But his wife was still right, and you can tell she was fly when she was younger. She was still right, but you know what? He was in his full dad frame, stomach, had the extra titties and everything like that, the roll on the back of his neck. And, she was serving him, gave his plate, looked at him like saying, "Hey, honey, baby," kissed him in front of everybody. And this is one that if it was on the flip side of everything else, our women would be conscious about whatever people think and probably would be standoffish.
She'll say, "You need to lose weight. I'm
Yep.
going to get you right."
Now
Yep.
We support. Go ahead.
Go ahead, bro.
Culture thing, because if you travel and you go to like different countries like Colombia, they train their women. It's important to go to the gym to maintain my image.
Okay.
Like most guys in Miami, they'll tell you the most attractive woman, Jordan, you know this to be a fact. They always say it's the Colombian women. They know how to take care of themselves. They always keep their care well kept because they talk culturally to make sure you always want to be desirable for the man. Go ahead, I can't. You was gonna say something.
Yeah, I want to point something out to go inside to what Gore said earlier. Culture. Sherry Bryan said, "White men love my breasts. Black men love my hips and butt. Island men love it all. Island men do not have a problem with big women, Lord Jesus. Same
Correct.
thing with African men. But here's the thing. When it comes to black men in America who don't look like the type that you want, if a woman would accept you, she's going to try to change you. You can't talk about changing her because it's disrespectful. If you tell her to lose weight, it's disrespectful. She said, "I'm going to get you right. I'm going to get you clothes right and this and that." I went to Tap. Listen, I started to go to this place called Tap 42, Cuzzaroni. I never even heard the place. Them niggas took me out to eat one time. So I goes there in there myself one night. I seen a big guy, big white dude with a Hispanic girl. Nigga damn near looked like he had a sheet on him. Nigga, he looked like he had a fucking sheet as big as his button up is. My nigga, you know how I knew he was a real authentic fat guy? He had the strap on sandals.
Right, yeah.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
the ankle support.
Yeah.
His stomach, yeah. Yeah, for real.
The Hispanic girl couldn't have been no less than a $150, like about the same size as Sherry Bryant. Now, mind you, I'm looking at them. First off, also remember too, when you fat in their culture, nobody's watching you. And at Tap 42, everybody was walking by them that it was like it was nothing. You can't be fat and black because people looking at you. You show is big. Now look at it. You show is big, but hey, you need now. When I was in there, I'm watching him. I seen the Rock like this. He has the Rock on him too, and I'm like, God damn. She leaned over and kissed him. Listen, as big as he is, she leaned over and kissed him on the side. That's how fat the nigga was. And I was like, nigga, I want what you got. Nigga said, I want what you got.
I feel that. I would see that. Hey, man, I want that. What you got, I don't got.
You see what I'm trying to say? And here's the funny thing with me. I lived out of state. I've been very prejudicial from dating other women because I love black women too much. But black women give me the hardest time. Hardest time. My cousins can't even tell you. I lived out of state, and it just baffles me when you start talking about them and you start doing. This is why I say the dating is mixed up, and this is why I say nobody should be mad about passport bros. Them niggas, you don't want them. You start getting mad when the good-looking guy's going over there now.
No, they get mad at the passport, bro, because they're going overseas and they bashing the women that don't want them. That's the difference.
Now that's the difference, but a lot of them ain't doing it.
Yeah, Hakeem, right, bro.
Don't bring it here. Women here sucks because you're going overseas because it's easier to get the women. You got to, you know what I'm saying? There's a balance to it.
The narrative is spin sometimes because here's the thing.
Go ahead.
You got guys like Austin Holloman, who's a good-looking black guy, slim, he works out. He couldn't even get no woman in Houston. He's in Thailand. So yes, he's given an experiment. I haven't heard nobody blatantly disrespect women here and coming to the passport, bro. But most of the guys who I seen go over there, most of them women would not check for them. Most of these girls say, no, them niggas is lames. But that janitor you talking about, how much money is he stacking up to go over there? So I'm saying is this. So when you hear, listen, there was a guy named Pablo on my Facebook page. This is a guy I went to high school with. He puts memes up. There was a meme of a fat black dude walking into his apartment with a fat white girl. He said he finally got him some. It's a white girl. I say, if this was a black brother, why is it that the other races would appreciate the undesirables here, but we gotta appreciate y'all no matter what? And I'm just saying, there's a double standard there.
Could we say this earlier? That was a black chick with a fat black chick with a fat black man. She would say, "I can't do nothing with that."
I've been to DR, baby, and I've been to Trinidad, and I've been to Jamaica, and I've been to Europe. Brother, I'm going to tell you something. It's a different vibe.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different vibe. I'm still prejudiced because I want to marry a black woman, and I'm hurting for it. I'm hurting for it. This is why I got to get my money up. I'm doing 10,000 steps a day so I can fit in a Gucci belt so I can know how Gucci felt.
Yeah.
So, but listen here. Listen here, lady.
That's bars. I like that.
You see what I'm saying? But listen here. When I get there and I get to the weight class you want and I get the AP skeleton, you're going to have to eat some ass after that. You're going to have to eat some ass after that. When I get to this weight class, a lot of you girls desire six-pack. You're going to eat some ass. You're going to eat some girth.
Too much.
Listen, you taking me out the dates, I ain't paying for shit because I worked hard to get here. The same way you say it costs you to look good, it costs me a lot to get here. I'm doing 10,000 steps a day so I can prove a point to y'all.
Yeah,
oh, listen, Sherry Brown, you say you want to be healthy. Yeah, we was on that tip too, but they focus on this shit too much when other women just want you to say, are you nice? Why do you... Now, Hakeem, you're so intelligent. Let's go out the date. I say, baby, I can't. My obligation is the black one, but they don't want you. They just
hey, don't. And I don't know if a Colombian woman talks to you about King. So Colombian woman, oh my God, you've been chosen. Shoot, I might not do that. But Hakeem, you're right, man. You're right.
You know what's crazy is that we are so race loyal that we're willing to lie to ourselves about this. It is an actual known fact that other races of women absolutely love us. Now, no race of woman loves an a-hole.
No.
But if you're actually decent, they are ready to do the family thing. They are being raised and brought up to be a family. They looking for that man that's like their father. Oh, you know how to till the ground. You know how to at least, hang up some cabinets. You know how to fix a door. Oh, yeah, they'll sit there and watch you while you do that in amazement and everything like that. Like, damn, I appreciate you putting that light bulb up and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the fact that you came in. They be waiting for you at the door. And this is the thing. Miami and New York, and these are the places that I said I'm going to make sure I do a couple of traveling, over the next 5 years to those melting pot spots.
You got
because I'm going to, and I'm coming down there to holler at you, Ronnie, probably in January, G. So you better be looking out for me. So, no, but seriously, like, cause all in all, man, like, and like how you said earlier, Hakeem, why are you upset that a man that you didn't want went and found something that actually wants him? Why is that a problem? Don't you want to have what wants you? You don't want him, so what's the problem? And it's not always what you said, Ronnie. It's not always the guys is of crapping on the women. They're saying, "Hey, I want you. I don't want to travel nowhere." But you're saying, "Hey, I don't look like this. I don't look like that. I don't have this. I don't have that." Now, mind you, I don't know what it is to live like that or to have those type of problems of that sort, but I understand what it is. And even though I don't have those problems, the one problem I do have is finding a suitable wife. And at the end of the day, that's the end result. So whether it's the guys that's having trouble with women or the guys that's having trouble finding a suitable wife, we're actually in the same boat. So traveling to, even if it's in America, we travel to the spots where those type of women have retained their culture, from the islands and, from where Hakeem was from and DR and everything. They brought their culture from their home and they brought it here. They didn't allow America to detain it. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Oh, I'm gonna correct you on something. My culture is very vain. Very vain. It's even worse than being Haitian in your fat. It's worser unless you got money. Now, it's worse. Now I want to break something down to you because Gord talk about something. I want you to answer this. I want audio. It says, okay, enough with the jokes. There's plenty of beautiful black women near you, Hakeem. The question now becomes, what do you qualify for? I love that you say that. You want one this much you can get, Hakeem. Brother, I like that you say that. I want to answer. Huh?
Yeah,
is he married?
He is married. Gore is
married.
Gore's married. He's a professional. Now, Gore, you 100% right. Now, I'm going to tell you something. He said, I always show my man that he desires me and shows about love. Definitely. But I want to answer that question. Gore, the American society has put us to a point where we have to hustle and grind. Right or wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
The expectations of our women is so high. Yes, brother, you're right. I do not fit or qualify for the things that most of these women want. I'm not going after those women. But why the hell that other races of women bar are not that high? Now, mind you, my women on this end would clown those women for dating a janitor, for dating a landscaper. Why the women of those races are now clowning their men, telling them what do they qualify for? It's the mentality. We accept an ideology that white people don't even follow half the time.
Mm-hmm.
Poor white girl, rich white girl will marry poor white guys. Black girls is not doing that unless you goddamn drop that fine.
Yep, or it's the last result.
Or it's the last result. So when you say what do you qualify for, you're right what you're saying, because it's the struggle we be here as people. We never had that much. So we're saying we're not going to settle for less. What's settling?
And this is another thing, Hakeem, is I love it on here because that's the term, what do you qualify for, right? I love that. So the first thing I always ask people is, how long you been married? So hopefully you can provide that. I would love to know that. How long you been married? Because then that lets me know what era of woman you have. Number two is, do you believe that your woman is one of a kind? Or do you believe that it's more women out here like your woman, and she's she's just average. She don't bring nothing special to the table. You can find another one just like her. There's nothing different about her other than any other woman out here. And then thirdly, what did you have to provide, or what did you have to give her in order for her to love you or so-called follow your lead? Because then that lets me know whether it's authentic love or whether she's with you because of their primal nature. Those three things I need answered. Go ahead, Jordan. Let him
Okay.
think about
For me, I've been like I said, I'm sitting this one up because, like I said, I've been with my wife, been married for over 3 years, and been with my wife for 13, 14 years. So I could just say from what you guys said, I know the dating game has changed. I hear it from you guys, I hear it from out here in LA, and also my wife, she hears it from her friends too. So I have to say that the dating game is just changed from when I met my wife 13 years ago.
it. Everybody that. Oh, go ahead, Ronnie.
No, go ahead.
Hey, what's his name? Saying peace to Victor in the chat. That's all I was saying.
Okay. Everybody that's of sound mind and judgment, that's a man that is married, they understand, hey, these shorties ain't like my wife.
Mm.
I got out of the game just in time enough before this bag of trash came in here. And it has nothing to do. The first thing somebody say is beautiful black women. No, some of us is actually out here looking for intelligent, responsible. You feel what I'm saying? Women that's willing to do their understanding of the family role type women. Yeah, it's plenty of beautiful black women out here, and a lot of them aren't. They're going responsible. A lot of them aren't about family. They're about getting their bag, G. They fine, and it's not hard to get with them fine women. It's not hard, but they don't want family. They're not being raised a family. They're being raised to get the bag and enjoy their time. It's their time right now. It's their time. That's the way they're looking at it. It's my time. Out here, I can get the bag just like the man. I can make more money or make just as much money. And then if I want to get hit, I hit a dude up that I'm already used to hitting. He'll come over here and wear this out for me real quick. I get my nut off, and then he can go home, and I ain't got to be bothered with him or the responsibility. That's the way they're looking at it. Men such as myself, Hakeem, Ronnie, we're looking for a woman that understands what a man is and what they bring, or what a man actually brings to the table, not just a utility or tool factor. We're looking for an actual woman that understands what it means to be a woman, what it means to be a wife and a mother. And they love that responsibility. And they understand because they are that, they understand they're getting a man that's going to die for them in every possible way. He's going to actually die to lay the world at her hands because of who she is and how rare she is.
And I want to say this too. And what you guys are saying and everything is just totally valid. And this is like one of the reasons is, relationships in the black community. It's like the number one thing we talk about. It's like training, because we listening to each other. Like we listen to what a woman wants, and then we listen to what a man wants. And it should be easier to say, okay, how can we work this out? But the thing is, it's like we keep continuing and continuing to have these conversations about relationship topics that as we do, we love it, But the thing is, it's like I don't feel like, I don't know what you guys feel, but I feel like we're not getting, the solution or getting closer and closer and closer, because we talk about what we want, but it's all about, we always picking at each other, pointing fingers at each other instead of how can we resolve this and work this out. We all know what we want, but the thing is, it's like, I don't know if we put in the effort from the man or the woman's side to get it right in our black community. That's one of the reasons why, relationship topics in the black community is like it's always trending. We always talk about it on YouTube, on Facebook, and also on Instagram as well.
Yeah, I just wanted to say this real quick, Hakeem. Just give me 20 seconds.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, and then this another thing, because this is where I seen a lot of the guys that are married, they're not allowed to be completely themselves too.
Mm-hmm.
They have to actually fold to their composition as a man to where the woman is over top of them. I can't do that, brother. And I'm not talking about being overbearing to a woman. I'm talking about being everything that I was destined and divinely created to be as a man. I have to be that way. I don't know no other way to be. You feel what I'm saying? But some women, they say they actually ask for a man that's intelligent, more intelligent than them, more that can teach them, that can articulate themselves, that can verbalize, that can communicate, that can be on both avenues, on both sides of the coin, street smart, but also can go into a room and actually work out business deal. But when they actually get that, guess what they do? They cower and feel inferior to him. It's happened to me so many times, bro. Because then they like, okay, well, what they're used to is actually picking up more for a man than what they have to. And when they get with someone like myself, they be like, well, what actually do you need me for other than ass? They'll say that. Well, I need you to be what you're divinely created to be. And that's to be able to, pour into me to help me get to a level that I can't reach myself. That's what I want.
I want to say, go ahead.
No, what you was saying was 100% fact. Because there's sometimes I might be in it, especially I say the older gentlemen, maybe some, people that are close to me, and like every time I talk about marriage or something like that, I had a conversation maybe 2 or 3 years ago. But every time we have a conversation, they always talk about, I can't be myself. It's like she's always like stopping me. I can't do this. And then when they talk about me, it's like, how about you feel? I was like, I feel that way. I feel like saying in my marriage, I could be just where I am, and I could be more, and I could be the best version of myself. So, you definitely have a point of men when you see certain type of marriages. It's like they can't be their 100% full selves because it's like in a relationship, something it's like the woman is stopping them or doing something they can't achieve what they try to be in that to be the best version of themselves. Go ahead, Hakeem.
I love that y'all say that, and I want y'all to see if y'all can agree where I'm going to go this. Because I wanted to ask these two different things. My point is that there's beautiful black women that you qualify for just as you are today. You are right. I have met women who I qualify for, but this always comes to an exact.
Bingo.
That's always, none of them wants to just be genuinely just love me for who I am, or not.
I agree with you. I agree with you. It shouldn't be like that. I said
it shouldn't be like that.
It should not be like that. It might be times in the marriage. It might click a couple times, but the thing is, you know how to resolve it.
When you get with some of these people, they always trying to change you or telling you what's wrong with you. They love you. I'm not going to get that, but they're constantly saying, I'm going to make you better. I'm going to make you better. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make you better. That's fucking annoying. If I love you enough, I'm going to change for me. I'm going to make you better. Here's another point. King, if a woman you're choosing, because my standard has never been what you're describing. I love down-to-earth men who can be my piece. Yes, baby. You're a different kind of woman. But a lot of our sisters who we love, who care, they just not, they for some reason, they're hardwired to follow this whole mentality. Yes, a nigga's overweight. Yes, I'm not making money. You don't have to remind me. I wake up every morning and thinking about it. I'm working hard to try to fix that.
Mm-hmm.
But what's so ironic is you meet other women from other places. That's not even a question. You know how sad it is to say that? I've met women who's never even asked me what I do for a living. They ask me, what do I like to do for fun?
Right. They only ask about the money.
They don't even ask to go on a freaking date. And I have to decline and say, baby, I only date black girls. Why? And I'm trying to tell you this. I'm trying to have a good mentality about this. I'm just telling you my experience. I'm not telling you this is what it is. I've met some wonderful people, but I'm not going to say that they're 100% who I feel make me feel comfortable being around them.
Exactly.
I can't tell you the last time I felt comfortable without somebody telling me something's wrong. With them not speaking, say, hey, I'm trying to get here, I'm trying to get there. Fuck it, just let God work. You not the mover and shakers. I've never heard a lot of these people and other talk about this. I've been around a lot of white people. I've been around Asians, Indians, and stuff like that. It's culture sometimes. People understand what they're doing and what Truth said earlier. A lot of you guys are getting these women from a different era, a different time set. We dealing with women where it's so misconvoluted and convoluted. None of y'all genuine.
How can I tell you this? Before I met my wife, I used to hear a lot of that. I can make you better. And, you know, we need to do this, we need to do that. Once I met my wife, she didn't say none of that. When she said none of that, oh, okay. She got me one of my family in here in Miami. And I met her to my, and the thing is, she is the first girlfriend I ever had that I was like, okay, she got me my family. That was like maybe 2 or 3 months, and then I was me and her was in freshman college at the time. I had my uncle there. I was like, you know what, you got me my uncle. You got me my uncle. Because the stuff you said right there, when I found out that she did say I can make it better, all that, I was like, oh yeah, you got to be my family immediately.
So now, in truth, answer this and tell me if you haven't seen people in my situation.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm frustrated. So now I told myself I'm gonna take a step back. I'm not gonna date now. I'm gonna get myself together. I'm going to work out. I'm going to eat healthy, and I'm going back to school. So when I get there, I'm already disgruntled now. I'm already disgruntled from years of dealing with people. So what you think going to happen when I go back in the dating scene after all this freaking work I'm doing?
Right. And that's the part that they don't understand, that now you done built yourself to this machine that they wanted. And now the machine that they claim that they wanted is here. They don't know what to do with it.
And Gore, thank you for saying that. And Gore, I don't. And listen, you expressed something good. A lot of people flights are different. You feel me? It's the same way with being Hispanic, growing up in a black neighborhood, and you having a hard time fitting in.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And you're trying to figure, and let not you be a certain type of person growing up in the neighborhood and they don't understand your culture. I'm Haitian. So just imagine being Haitian, overweight in an area where that's a double and triple negative. You feel me? And not having money. So when you get into, and this is why I say our sisters need to hear this and hear when you hear men speak who are qualified husband. We don't want to go out here and cheat. Nope. We don't want to sleep with multiple women. We ain't even, we not built like that. Like what Truth and all of them did. I want to be married just as well as Truth, Gore, my brother from Tacoma, Washington. I can't forget his name right now. Just hear me out. Pontiac, Jordan. You feel me? You know what I mean? Truth. Listen, we fundamentally want to have a wife and raise kids. That's the life. My mother and father been together 40-something years. You don't think that's ingrained in me?
Yeah, it's ingrained in you.
I see the way my mother cared for my father, and I see how she's been a rock. I want the same thing I want the same thing y'all niggas got. Yeah, my mother argues. Yeah, my mother did, but she accepted for who he is, and they've been together 40-something years. I'm dreaming for something like that, but I'm not gonna do it with somebody who's stressing me the fuck out, reminding me that I'm not what you want, or you're gonna make me better. The world tell me that every single day. I'm reminded about that every day. I wake up in the morning, I'm walking, people having conversations with me all the time. I'm reminded and reminded and reminded. So I work harder. I'm working in silence. I'm buying Bitcoin. I'm looking for land. I'm flipping shit online. Try to get money. I'm going to sell my car to go get a better car. So I'm doing all this to try to impress a lot of you goofies who don't like me anyway. You like the presentation when these other people say, come just as you are.
I'm going to say this one thing, and then I'm going to land my plane.
Yeah.
No man, especially a black man, should have to deal with a woman that, you know, he's out there fighting the world as, you know, as black women get discriminated, and he got to come back and get discriminated a little bit more. No black man should never have to feel that way. And I hear what you guys are talking about right now. because y'all the stuff that my wife does, she like I said, it's never that, it's always kind stuff, it's always praises and everything. We don't do that here because when I walk out in the world, I'm gonna get that from the world, from my job or somewhere. But at home, it's nice and peaceful, and I feel like every man deserves that, and I like my plan with that.
And yeah, and me, 'cause I know we're about to get ready to close.
Yeah.
I think it's whatever you want. If you ever what you want, just go out there and go get it. Go acquire it. Don't wait till the time minute like, oh, I want this person to come to me. No, if you want something, go out there and go get it. Hakeem, there's a lot of beautiful black women that's ready to be wives. I think you're looking in the wrong place. I'm just saying, even if you have to leave the United States, you don't always have to be here in the United States to get women. You say you travel the world, so it should be easier for you to go. Hell, you want to go to Africa. There's black women right now ready to be wives. So I'm not gonna say there's women out here ready to be wives. Hell, I would say the more I travel, the more I see the world. You see, I don't complain about women like I used to, because the same thing. Because I know if I can't get a woman in the States, I know I can go overseas and get one real quick. There's a lot of women right now ready to be United States citizens. It's not that. I would say it's not that hard, but at the same time, I understand you guys want women. Y'all do want to acquire it to follow your program, and I get it. But I'm saying it's whatever your forte is and what you're looking for. That's my take on that. Go ahead.
I want to end this with this and say this like this. You're 100% right, brother. I give black women the first right of refusal. I accept my woman due to me being so race loyal. I accept you when you with kids. I accept you fat. I accept you skinny. I even accept you in a wheelchair. You are objectifying men who's willing to accept you 100%, but that's not enough for you. That's my problem. It's the mentality. My mentality is on point. I understand I got to come in here and work hard and help pay all the bills and accept you for you being the woman that you are, but you don't accept yourself, so you don't accept me. Go ahead.
Yeah, the biggest discrepancy I see is somebody said it earlier. Everything is in reverse. The way men were, because of how the system was set up, it allowed men to flourish and be who they are. A woman could not go out here and do what she wanted to do and have a, complete lifestyle without a man now. They have created a system that she actually doesn't need one unless she's up here, understands that no matter what the system has given me physically, I still need a man because that's what I was created for. In that thought process, that is on a whole nother level. That majority of the women do not have that. What's happening is, like I said, a lot of guys are folding now. They going into this simp mode. They're going into this mode where now, okay, to just get a woman and have, excuse my French, in-house pussy, they're willing to give up their manhood to be with a woman. And I only have one God, G. That's the only one I bow my knees to. I only have one God. I'm not bowing my knee to no man. And that means man or woman. There's nothing wrong for a man to be in his divine right as a man and take care of his family. I'm not telling you nothing wrong. The last relationship I was in, I literally asked her. I said, have I ever lied to you? No. Have I ever told you to do anything wrong? No. Have I ever told you or explained to you or led you to or instructed you to do anything other than be a woman, wife, and a mother? No. The way I'm coming at you, am I coming at you correct as a man should? Am I doing the things? Am I a liar? Do I keep my integrity? Am I responsible? Do I actually love you completely? Am I long-suffering? Am I loyal? Have you ever, and I'm not talking about when you get in your emotional little thing to try to throw something in my face or whatever. Do you ever really think that I have ever been disloyal or thought about cheating? Am I everywhere that I need to be at that you asked me to be? The answer was yes. And the thing was, it still didn't work because of the nature and culture of it. It is so ingrained, so thick that they want something that they're not willing to sacrifice their ego for. They don't want it that bad. They will be like most guys, they will satisfy with just being with a woman. Hey, if you're giving me tail, we can chill out and stuff like that. All right, that's cool. That lifestyle, I do not want that. That's not good enough for me. I want family. I want longevity. I want legacy. That's what I want.
And like always, guys, thank you so much, guys. On your way out, please make sure y'all hit that like button. Please make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Please make sure y'all hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock each and time. Like always, shout out to you, Gore. Great intake into the conversation. I really do love it. We appreciate it. Straight out, shout out to First Time Florida, Urban Noise, Kendall, Mr. He Say. Great seeing you, my brother. Joe don't hurt him. The lovely Sherry Bryant. Great to see you back. See that everything's well with you and your grandmother as well. Blessed be his name for that. That your grandmother's doing well. Shout out to a big vibe with Big Heavy Podcast was here today. Shout out to him as well, man. He be coming out of nowhere. Shout out to Liberated Soul. Shout out to Sugar Bomb. Shout out to Miss Neil. Shout out to Hakeem. Who else was there? Because I kind of lost the feed because I had to reach out. Who else was here?
Man, so many people. Joe don't hurt him. Sherry Bryant, John Smith, Ken Dog, Why High. Shout out to Why High.
Oh, shout out to Victor as well. Shout out to the lovely Sherelle.
Christopher J.
Yep.
Miss He Said.
Yeah, I say Mr. He Said. I remember name. And shout out to those also the new subscribers as well. Please make sure y'all comment. Oh, and now that shout out to True. It was also greatly appreciated. You go to bro to grace us with your prayer. We really do greatly appreciate it. We really do greatly appreciate it. You understand? You really impact the show a lot. What Hakeem, what are you saying?
No, he said, Hakeem, you motivated. Get me to get my 10,000 steps. Baby, I got the watch on.
Yeah, I do a lot of work, so I work a lot. So I probably
me too.
You know what I'm saying? And not only that, but really shout out to you guys, because you guys making chaos where it is today. Like we really have, like I can see, we really have dope conversation over here. And not only that, guys, also very important that you go to the Chaos Culture Radio community tab. In the community tab, there's a Chaos Culture Radio t-shirt that what me and Jordan have on. The Chaos Culture Radio hat is currently out of stock. Hakeem is still working on it soon.
We're working on it.
I will let you guys know. And also the Chaos Culture Radio coffee mug. And also Prince Hakeem new book, Black Love. You see, Hakeem, you are working hard. You are working hard.
I'm trying.
So I'm trying. Also gonna work hard with you as well.
Hopefully, but you better get me now before I get them 6 figures, because you definitely gonna eat some ass and girth. That's a fact.
They have him back. See that he's safe. He had an awesome time in Hawaii.
Listen, if I get a job with Gore if I get a job working construction with Gore with this degree, you're gonna have to let me pee in your face. It's a fact, baby.
Oh my God.
It's a fact. It's a fact. If I'm getting a job with Gore, listen, golden showers every day. Golden showers. Don't let me get the Stacey Adams, the Wallabies. No.
That's why we got in the show. Like always, thank you for doing the radio. We hope to see you guys Monday. We over and out.
Peace.
Peace.